pow. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Wrestling Wire Indy Spotlight. I am David Estacado. Waiting on my host. We might see Ron tonight. As you know and heard yesterday, he is busy with work and stuff. We'll see if we can get his crazy ass on here. But tonight, the spotlight, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be on CCW Commonwealth Championship Wrestling and RVA Wrestling Academy. They have an amazing show going on after Thanksgiving this weekend in Richmond, Virginia. You don't want to miss out. After you stuff your faces with turkey, you need to go and lose some of that calories going to a wrestling show, because I know you're going to be using it up, hooting, hollering, and yelling your ass off at an amazing wrestling show this weekend. And to talk about all about it is all the way from Yellowstone, the man himself, Ace Montana. Looking good, Ace. Looking good.
What's going on, brother?
I can't complain. Yeah, as you can see, I'm already freshly clean out the shower, getting ready for this weekend. I know you're getting ready for the weekend. How are you feeling this evening? You've been a busy guy, busy guy.
Yeah, no, it's super crazy how everything happens so fast, especially getting this thing going with CCW and doing shows. I mean, God, what have we done already? We've already done, we did 1, 2, this will be our 4th show in like 3 months, I guess. And then I got to go, I'm going to go get some DPOR behind the scenes shit filled out. Hopefully I can get the paperwork done in time for a December show, which we're going to do it if there's no dates booked at the American Legion again. But yeah, it's not bad, man. I tell you what, looking at it now and watching all these young, fine athletes in and out of the ring every week at the academy here in Richmond, Virginia, it's really cool to see them work hard, bust their ass to, do what they got to do to break in the business. And I'm glad I can be a stepping stone for a lot of people to break in the business. And if you would have told me even 15 years ago that, hey, man, you're going to have one of the most successful training schools in professional wrestling in Virginia and probably almost the East Coast, I would have been like, you're full of shit for sure. You're a motherfucking liar. But it's really cool to give back to the industry for sure. I watch so many of my legends always talk about that and just giving back and doing. And there's nothing cooler than seeing someone, put the hard work in, show up after work, or they're, whatever they got to do and, do the workout. I got one of the hardest workouts in pro wrestling for wrestlers when they first start. But once about 3 or 4 weeks into it, man, they feel better. They look better. They're trying to talk about, looking the part of the business, and a lot of people.
That's so true. That's so
yeah.
true. The cardio enough, just enough to blow anybody up.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you think everything that we do. I mean, I love it because I've at this stage of my game, if someone's like, hey, pro wrestling that's fake, I'm like, yeah, man, that shit's fake as shit. You're right. 15 years ago, man, woman, or child, I'd backhand the fuck out of them. I say, how fake was that? You know what I'm saying? But you can't be doing that nowadays because everybody got video cameras, so you can go to jail way quicker.
And you don't look as good as I would in orange, so no, I don't think it'd be a good look.
Right? Yeah, I don't do good caged up. I as a wise man once said, I'm a canary. You can cage a canary, but it looks better in the wild, I guess.
I was going to say you're like a free roaming buffalo, but I think that analogy works better.
I swear to God, next time I see you. No, it's fine, man. It's all fun and games. Yeah, I look like fucking a wannabe Rip. I'm out here at the Montana Farm. We got a trailer for the festivals. So we actually have a production truck I'm working on where we're going to have sound, video, and music will all be ran from a truck outside of the buildings now. And there won't be any DJ inside or like that weird, setup with some guy waiting for music and all that stuff. I'm trying to symbolize the package deal of CCW. So not only can my trainees and people that I book for the shows feel that it's a little bit more professional, but there's nothing worse than going to a festival show and be like, oh, where we're getting changed. Oh, we're behind that big blue tarp over there. I fucking hated that when I was in the business getting into it. So now that we got an enclosed trailer that you can stand up in, it's like 32 feet long. We're going to have an office in there. Once the ring is out and all the stuff's out, it becomes a locker room with heat, AC. We're going to have a cooler, of course. I might even throw some snacks in there for the wrestlers, just to, you know.
Look at you bringing catering to the bag. That's pretty good.
Well, at the end of the baseball team, like a snack mom, you know what I'm saying? Here's Debbie cakes and some chips. I always hated the mom that brought the fucking pretzels. She needs to quit buying this shit. We want Debbie cakes and Doritos, bitch.
Debbie cakes and Doritos. That's a t-shirt.
Either way, you know, if your mom brought pretzels to the after game, we hated her. Just want to let y'all know that.
But you're getting ready. You're setting all this up. It's amazing that you're getting everything ready. You're getting a production ready. You're up in the production game. You're getting everything ready for your students.
Yep.
I've seen the poster. Let's put that up there because the posters looks pretty cool.
It's funny because the guy that created it put like the worst fucking image of me he could possibly find. Because now I'm like 97 pounds lighter than that. But I guess that's an old picture of you, bud. Yeah. Oh, I know. Trust me. Everybody keep asking me. They're like, Ace, you know, I thought you lost weight. I was like, I did, but that picture didn't. But, you know, the one thing that I want to focus on too about the poster I've noticed is like that's how everybody does posters now, and I don't want to do it. I want cool like a retro feel sometimes where it has just the faces on there.
Yeah,
they used to do back in the Coliseum one. So that was super cool. I'm going to start working on that. And then, you know, thank God for AI because I had a guy that was doing designing. He was like, oh yeah, I want to train and do this. Then he quit. And now it's like, okay, I need to start making this where I can control everything with sound. You know, I think there's some other stuff I can do with, you know, what is it? Paying someone to do something usually gets a better result than making them or asking them for free, you know. And that's one thing that I want to stress upon, you know, when it comes to outsourcing stuff with posters. Fuck, if you can do good posters, hit me up. I'm looking for somebody that can do exactly what I say when I say to do it. I'll pay you what your fucking fee is. I want to argue about your fee, you know, but I definitely
I know a couple people. I'll send the word out for you.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah, you hear that? Your job right now is available.
Say what?
I'm just letting the fans know if you're watching, the job is available. He's looking for some poster people.
I quit trying to outsource a lot of things. Like I know my very first show outsourced video, the guy was great, but I mean I won't throw his rate out there, but it was north of 600 or like below 600 and north of 400. Fuck it, I don't care. $500 is not going to cut it on the indie show, trying to clear a profit and stuff like that. So I went ahead and ordered I guess it's like an 8K camera, an 8K Wi-Fi high definition microphone camera with the tripod and all that shit. And it's super cool because like, I think, you know, this has been like, I wouldn't even say it's been a successful year for, you know, for my school. It has been phenomenal. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
For CCW, which was designed for my school, for the students that go to the school to get in front of a live audience, to, you know, become a pro wrestler and do that shit. That's why it was designed for the students. Now I'll bring some friends in from the past. And, you know, if anybody that, you know, I'm doing some favors on this one and stuff like that. But like after this, I'm taking full control of everything. I'm going to make sure that everybody does exactly what I want them to do. I want to hear see, that's the difference is I want to hear the creativity. Say the word.
Creative feedback.
Creativity for the training.
Okay.
We could talk about ideas they have, how they see themselves, where they want to go with a character, how they want to develop that character. And give them the opportunity to help them. Okay, this is why you do want to do that, and this is why you don't want to do that, and this is how we're trained. Get you, get you trained the way you want to be. So when you put it out there in front of people, is it working? Is it not working? There's nothing cooler than being able to test run and just bring different things for these students to come at which I think is groundbreaking for me in the industry of professional wrestling on the independent level, where I'm letting the students, how do you see yourself? What can we do to get this character over? And if you need help with the character, everybody in the school, they hang out, they're trying to it's more of a family than it is a business on that side, which is for me, which is really cool. We definitely, people are going to hit their bumps. I mean, family, you have problems with family all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Thanksgiving, enough said.
Exactly. But it's crazy because I think that this was going to be great. And then we definitely sold out. And that's awesome. But I wish, I could have foreseen this being a thing. But wrestling after Thanksgiving in the United States has always and will always be huge. I'm just trying to do something that is bringing multiple, if I could be honest, if I could run a show every Friday night somewhere or buy a building and make it like a sportatorium type of thing in Richmond that could hold 1,000 or below people. That's a couple of years down the road. I know I'm probably going to try to buy something, either the outskirts or in Richmond. I mean, they got so many old warehouses that are falling apart.
Yeah. I mean, it's the DMV area. There's always something available.
Right.
So I mean,
right.
That's the long-term growth for it. It's just that consistency.
Yes. Yeah. Having an arena set up where it's always set up, and then also on the other side of a big building, you can have the training center. You can do that. I want at least, you think, people. 90% of people that know me know that I shoot straight from the hip. If you don't fucking like me, I don't care. And if you do like me and we're friends, I'll break my back to help you. I'll fucking sink with the ship with you, or I'll be sitting in the jail cell next to you, being like, "Fuck, oh well." If I love you that much and I like you, I'm gonna have your back with stuff. And then, like I said, you're gonna meet fucking, and that's what I try to teach my students is, man, you're gonna meet good people and bad people, and sometimes you're gonna think they're good people and they turn out to be bad people, but then you're gonna meet a good person or a bad guy that turns into a good guy. And you just gotta protect yourself for sure. You can't be, don't get worked when you first break into business, and do the drives, pay your dues, and it's not
that's solid advice.
It's just you gotta bust your ass to do this. And the cool thing is I got a whole panel for you lined up to get on here. I got Run RVA is one of the hottest that are coming up in Richmond. I mean, those guys are, hand pick, if you will, of, a team that I've worked really hard with. And, they have really just, the cool thing about Run RVA is their drive is second to none. And it's like I gave them the ball, they tucked their head, and they have just kept running and pushing forward. And I just couldn't be more happier with the setup that they have.
I could hear the passion and just how happy you are with your students and how proud you are of these guys. I was at the last show, and let me tell you, the show was fantastic. The talent was amazing. These guys really put their heart into these matchups. The crowd was electric, and just as soon as RVA came out, it was like a party had just started. The crowd went nuts.
Yeah, I just, like, I want to bring to light something that it's very rare for, in this industry for a white professional wrestler or a white promoter to mention this, but, I want to bring back the true value of a black athlete in professional wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like Rocky Johnson's, your Tony Atlas's, your Bobo Brazil's. We're talking old school stuff, but I want to bring back, they're just as capable as being the top guy as a John Cena, a Brock Lesnar. And the problem is I feel like sometimes we want to say in the industry where it's like, and it goes for the women as well, is we want to say that, hey, you'll never get to reach that peak, and I think that's horseshit. I think that if you have enough people behind you and you do what you're supposed to do and bust your ass, there's no reason why, there couldn't be an African-American champion as a Roman Reigns or a Stone Cold Steve Austin. I just feel like the drive and the push at the beginning has always felt short for them. And that's why, you know, and a lot of people that know me knows my best friend in the whole wide world, my tag partner, was Pork Chop Johnson, you know, and you
Pork
know,
chop, yeah.
he was just a fucking star, man. And it just, the light that he shined and how he, you know, he changed people's opinion of a lot of things. It means a lot to me to make sure I give people like, you know, like the tag team Run RVA everything I can, because they deserve it, because they work just as hard as anybody else that come before them, or they're going to come after them. You know, they're going to be definitely a cornerstone of talk about. You know,
Yeah, it's great that you mentioned that, because the OG got an amazing reaction as well.
You
And
kidding?
for
And
dude,
it's over. Their OG is over, man. And I'm gonna tell you something a lot of people don't know about OG. Man, he just 47 years old, hitting moonsaults, working his ass off, does a full-time gimmick, and still just tries to promote and bust his ass. And you know, it's really phenomenal. You know what? It's just phenomenal all the way around, from the women in the RVA Wrestling Academy, CCW, Alexi Dvorak, Keely Capri. These two will be in the WWE. Not only
so
that,
we're seeing a round two.
say what?
We are seeing a round two.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, shit.
Oh
Yeah.
man, because round one was crazy.
To look at what they've done, and you know, even like the students that first started with me too, like you know, we got a Daniel Copperhead who's going to come on here, which, you know, his attitude in the industry has changed a lot, how he looks at wrestling. But you know, you're talking about someone who walked in blind as a bat, right, and then just took it to duck to water. And as much as I don't like his actions inside the squared circle, you got to respect him for not only his height and weight, but the determination to let you know
Big
that,
beefy boy.
you know what I'm saying? He's
Yeah.
gonna let you know that if you don't like it, he'll do something about it. And it really is, like I said. And you know, the cool thing, and I want to jump off here because I can't wait to watch this. You know, the talent that's going to be on here that you get to interview and stuff like that. But you know, if there's one thing that I can do before I die, you know, and that's to change wrestling in Richmond, Virginia, the Mid Atlantic, you know, and anywhere I possibly can go, even if I get that opportunity. Like I've been in talks with trying to work with CMLL down in Mexico. And if you're in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, you can catch Ace Montana on February 8th downtown for a gimmick there, and, you know, come out and see me. But, you know, without putting myself over too much, you know, I just want to say thank you so much. You're a great part. I really like working with you. I think you're going to be a super awesome addition to CCW and, you know, beyond. But I guess this is where I can look at you and say, your robe is horrible. I'm
Get
going to
out of
hold
here.
that against you, but I will let you know that I appreciate everything you do. I'm thankful for guys like you that, you know, understand, hey, you know what, the ring thing ain't for me, but I want to do as much as I can to help people outside the ring with interviews and, you know, stuff like that. And, you know, I don't think you get enough credit. So on behalf of CCW, Big Ace Montana, and all the guys and girls in the back, we want to say thank you so much for having us on here, and that we're truly blessed to have someone, and thankful for have someone like you giving us a platform to be able to promote what we got and trying to change the world, baby.
That's what the Wrestling Wire is all about. That's why we call it the Indy Spotlight, putting the spotlight on guys like you.
Oh,
Well,
man.
Ace, I appreciate it. Let's get into some of these interviews here. First things first. First up is the Copperhead himself, Daniel Copperhead. Will be back with you, Ace. Let's give Mr. Copperhead the spotlight here.
Have a great night, man. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Mr.
Man,
Copper, you do not look happy, sir. I would even getting the praises from Ace Montana. I'm sorry to keep you waiting in the back. How you doing tonight?
well, I was thinking that it was taking a while for that guy to shut up. Took too long.
This is Ace Montana we're talking about. He does he can talk.
I can't argue with that. I will agree with him on one thing though. Your robe is absolutely horrible. That is terrible. You should take that off now.
Wow. Well, no, that's $20, and that's another website that we don't talk about on here.
Yeah. All right. So what do you want to know?
Well, I saw the amazing display of strength and endurance you put on at your last show here. You are a force to be reckoned with.
Damn.
I just want to know, how are you preparing for your matchup this weekend, and do you know who you're going up against this
I'm not
weekend?
in the slightest. I'm going up against Mr. OG, Trey Bourne, right? Look, I've trained with Trey Bourne since the day he walked into the RVA Wrestling Academy, and I know what he's capable of. I know he's not someone to take lightly, but I was here first, man. I know all his tricks. I know all his trades, man. I got his number.
So you may have the advantage there, but this is Unk we're talking about. This is the OG, the athleticism, the stamina, the work ethic of this guy.
Yeah, and all
The
the
guy's a
fans, man.
workhorse.
All the people cheering his name, that don't mean a damn thing, brother. Not a damn thing. I got size. I got strength. That's all I need.
True. I'll give you that. You do have the height advantage. You may have the strength advantage, but you got to give it to him. OG does have heart, and he does have experience, though.
He does have that. I'll hand that to him. He's definitely got me an experience. The guy's like 100 years old.
Hey, now, hey, now, I'm a little bit shy away from 40. There, okay, but you got to hand it to him. The fact that and somebody his age with that physique, it shows that he put in the work. Do you think that that's going to be an issue with this match for your matchup this weekend?
I think, yeah, he's got me in the cardio. That's the aspect. I'm 335 pounds. You know, I ain't no high flyer, man. But I'm not worried about that.
Anything you want to tell him? If he was watching right now, what would you tell him?
OG, Trey Bourne, you've gotten your ass whooped by me plenty of times in the past, and tonight's going to be no different. I respect you. We came up together, but in the end, it's all the same, man. Copperhead's going to win. That's it.
There you have it, Mr. OG. If you have any rebuttal, feel free to message us. Come on here.
We'll be seeing that.
We got Travis Vane saying, "That's my tag partner, Fang Gang for life."
Okay.
Hey, I was actually gonna ask you. Thank you for that. Is your partner gonna be there with you that evening, ringside, or is it just be you gonna handle this on your own?
I think he's got his own problems that he has to deal with that night. But you know, last time we shook hands at the end of the night. We had a match where we beat the dog crap out of each other, and I put him through a table and walked out the winner, like I typically do. But we shook hands at the end of that, and I think we're back on the right track.
That was a hell of a match. You guys put a hell of a show there. So kudos to you. Um, before I let you go, tell the fans why they should be there. Tell them exactly why you think you're going to win this weekend and why they should be there.
Why I think I'm going to win this weekend, because I can't imagine myself losing. Right? If I go into a fight, think I'm going to lose, wow, is there any chance of winning? No.
Psychological advantage. All right. I see. It's just smart thinking. Smart thinking.
Mm-hmm. I don't give a crap about the fans coming in. I'm getting paid either way. That doesn't mean anything to me. It might mean something to Trey Bourne, to the OG, but nah, to me it's another payday, brother. That's all.
All right, Mr. Copperhead, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming on. Where can they find you? Where can these fans find you? Following on social medias.
Daniel Copperhead on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you know, the works.
There you have it. Daniel Copperhead match this weekend, Richmond, Virginia. Don't miss out. Appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
No problem.
Look, let me tell you, watching that kid last show at CCW, the guy's brutal. OG has a fight ahead of him. This is going to be a really interesting matchup. You got that powerhouse, the power advantage of Copperhead, but OG, like I said, he has experience, that physique, that speed. That's going to come in handy. We'll see how that those two style clashes will show out this weekend. The only way to see it is to be there live this weekend. All right. So next up, let's see. Oh boy, this was quite the heated exchange last show, and the last time we had her on here. Let's see if she's ready. Miss Alexia Dvorak, are you ready? She's ready. She's in the green room. Ladies and gentlemen, wrestling fans watching home, is Alexia Dvorak. How are you doing tonight, hon?
I'm good. How are you? I'm so glad to be back on the podcast again.
Well, we appreciate. Thank you so much for taking your time to be on here. I know it's crazy, especially with the holiday coming up. I see that you're ready. What have you been doing preparing yourself for this matchup for this weekend?
Well, like always, I'm hitting the ropes, running.
Working that cardio. Okay.
Working that cardio because you know how hard we hit. You saw it live.
I did. You guys were brutal, and the fans were going crazy. It was a Hell in a Cell cage match. You guys went at it. It was all over the place, carnage, to say the least. I gotta ask, but you didn't walk away with the W last show. How are you feeling?
Well,
what are your thoughts on that?
Losing is never easy.
Mm-hmm.
You know how it is. But sometimes you just have to learn from it. Learn from your mistakes and move forward with the new knowledge and just try again. And that's what I'm going to do this Saturday.
What do you think was the factor last matchup?
Sorry, the factor?
The factor of what do you think happened last matchup?
Oh,
what do you?
I don't know. I mean, when she hit me in the cage, I was just knocked out.
The cage did come in out and handy. You guys were going back and forth on it, just kind of dishing it out.
What? A lot of fighting, and then her coming off the top of the cage straight down onto me. I don't know who could have won that.
What are you going to try to do different this weekend?
Well, I'm going to approach it with definitely a new attitude because I know what she's capable of now. Even after all the other fights we've had, that was just a whole different ballgame. So definitely moving forward with that. I'm not going to, what's the word? Take it lightly.
Well, yeah, she did not take it lightly either. Just the brutality you guys kind of showed last week. You guys should be really proud of just how intense that was. The crowd was into it. Especially after everything she said. You think that she proved herself, her point that she said that you were just pretending to be this all-American, all happy girl and trying to kind of outshine her. Do you agree with that or no?
Well, yeah, I am America's sweetheart, but I can definitely turn sour if needed because everyone has a breaking point, right? So I'm not one to push around either. I mean, I am all-American. I mean, what can you say? I was born in Virginia. I mean, in the country. Sorry.
Well, yeah, in the all right.
In the country. So what does that even mean? Yes, I'm all-American. She just likes to say stuff just to hear herself talk.
Well, speaking of which, if she was here right now, do you have any words for her?
Well, I don't need to say bring it because I know you do, but I'll bring it too. So let's see what happens this Saturday.
And anything you want to tell the fans that watching at home?
Just thanks for all your support, all your messages on Facebook. I really appreciate them. And thank you for supporting me during these hard times.
Well, good luck to you this weekend. I know you're getting ready. Any plans before the show? I know that it's Thanksgiving weekend. You got to be any plans with the family?
Yeah, I'll see the family just for a second because I'm really busy with wrestling and all. So, but I will make some time for them.
Awesome. I'm sure you're watching you making sure you're getting the protein in and getting ready for this weekend as well.
Yeah,
So it's gonna be a lot of turkey. All right, Alexa. Well, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much. And good luck to you this weekend.
Thank you so much.
All right. It looks like we got somebody else in the back. It looks like it's actually part of the fan gang. Let's get Travis on here. Travis Vane. Good sir.
What's going on, buddy?
What's going on? Thank you for jumping on here. That was kind of last minute. I do apologize, but I do appreciate you coming on.
Oh no, it's all good, man. I had to find a shirt with a collar on it, man. Had to make sure I looked dapper for you.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you. You're going the extra mile here. I look. You listen. You heard to what your partner was saying earlier about his matchup. What are your thoughts about his mindset going into his match? And are you going to be there ringside, or are you just going to stay out of it?
Nah, I'm gonna let him handle his business on his own. We're there for each other when we need to be. We're not like everyone else where we have to have each other's backs. Like I trust him to handle his business. He trusts me to handle my business. Mm-hmm. But I told him, I was like, dude, like OG, he a different animal, man. That man has found the fountain of youth. Like he's something different.
Yeah, I have to say he's up there with Caprice Coleman, the ageless one, right? Like I feel like every match he has, he's like stealing some essence of his opponent because the way that man keeps going and just the energy he has is amazing.
Yeah, he's like a Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat.
Great point, great analogy. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on OG and your partner's matchup?
Well, obviously, like you look at it like on paper, OG being closer to 50, Copperhead being as big as he is, as strong as he is, like you want to favor Copperhead. I want to favor Copperhead, but like I tell him, dude, like you were just saying, dude, that cardio, that physique, and like he's an anomaly. Like he doesn't make sense.
True. But you have a matchup this weekend as well.
Yep.
Tell me your thoughts about that. How are you preparing? I know it's the holidays. This is a hectic week. Are you watching what you're eating at the moment? Are you putting extra time in the ring? What are you doing to prepare?
Always, man. Always trying to get in the ring when I can. Just studying film, trying to enjoy the time with family that I can. But number one priority is a matchup this Saturday.
Mm. What's your game plan for this matchup? Out of a game plan. Not that I'm trying to put your info out there, but what's going through your head?
To just not give up. Don't let him psych me out. I'm stepping in the ring with someone who very well respected, like one of the most dangerous people in the Mid-Atlantic, right? And this is his first time coming to CCW. And he's gonna learn. He's gonna see that, like, I'm not like anybody else. You've seen firsthand how like far people have to go to keep me.
Yeah, you could literally see last show just the frustration on your opponent's face. Just he couldn't keep you down. So you're quite the force to be reckoned with yourself.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I try to be. I have a unmatched resilience, if that makes sense. Like I get knocked down and get back up. As you can see, I've always been the small dog, but
your dog, yeah.
Yep, it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog.
Yeah. Would you say that's the advantage you have in this matchup? Do you think that's going to be the determining factor in your matchup?
Yeah, I'd say that is definitely one of that will be one of the deciding factors.
Mm-hmm. Anything up your sleeve that you think that you might have over your opponent? What any other advantages that you think that might help you out here?
Oh, I can't give away all my secrets now.
I'm just asking because the fans at home are wondering.
What is this guy I know. But I got to keep some things in my back pocket.
All right. Speaking of the fans and your opponent, anything you want to say directly to your opponent right now?
Just repeating what I just said earlier. Isaiah Frazier, I respect you. Like, you're hands down one of the best around here, but you haven't stepped in the ring with someone like me, right? You will have an experience like no other this Saturday. I can promise you that.
And to the fans.
And to the fans, just come out and support. Come out and support your favorite grunge rat.
Let's see some of the comments. You got your partner, Fang Gang for life, saying Caprice Coleman is better than OG. I think that's a match I think I would like to see, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
But there you have it. Travis, thank you so much for coming on here. We appreciate you taking your time with your busy schedule. I know you guys are in a rush to get back. Happy Thanksgiving, first off, and I hope you have an amazing matchup this weekend. Good luck, bro.
Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much.
What an amazing set of talent. You can really hear the excitement in these guys. You can really, especially when Ace talking about him, how proud he is. You can see he's hand selected these guys for this show, and you can see why. The attitude, the determination. I'm excited. And I know you guys watching at home should be excited for this. And speaking of excitement, the guys who brought the hype at the last show, our last guest for the time being, Run RVA. Gentlemen, welcome to the Indy Spotlight. Thank you for taking your time here. You heard about the other talents here. How are you guys feeling about your matchup? I got to say, every single one of these matchups could be main event, right? Just the amount of caliber of talent, the young talent coming up here, representing Commonwealth Championship Wrestling. You guys are going against some, as some others would say, some other OGs. You're going against Jason and John Washington. Your feelings about that? Because that's mixed feelings here, excited, angry. I think it's main event potential here.
I just want to start off by saying, forget what Copperhead and the boss man say. I love the road.
Thank you.
The road.
Thank you.
But
REP, Mr. Toriyama-san. Much respect.
But to answer your question, I'm not nervous. I'm more so prepared than anything. Once I started this journey of professional wrestling, I've been very even keel. I never let my emotions get the best of me. My tag team partner knows that better than anybody. But like you said, we're going up against two veterans, and Jason and John Washington. But at the end of the day, we some young bulls. We hungry. We ready. We determined. We're gonna let our actions speak louder than our words. We don't do a whole lot of this. We let our talent in the ring do the talking for us.
Man, just to piggyback off of my tag team partner said, man, two guys that we didn't think this dream was even gonna be possible. So the fact that we get to do this together, it makes it even better. But we've been in the ring with these guys before, and they're tough. But we know that we have to be even tougher to come out on top with the victory. I'm probably be more nervous before I hit the ring than he is, but being beside the big MC, he calms me down. So when that bell rings, I'm ready for war, and it's nothing that anybody, any tag team in the land can throw at Run RVA.
How long have you guys been working together? You guys also train together, correct?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
But to answer that question, though, it's kind of a tricky question. We've been working together. We've been working together since the 7th grade.
We've been working together since 7th grade.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we've been working together since the 7th grade.
Uh-huh.
But on this journey of professional wrestling, we've been doing this thing for about almost 3 months now.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And to see you guys at the caliber that you guys are, especially last show, was amazing.
I appreciate
you
it.
guys had the fans eating out of your hand. And just the caliber of matchup that you guys had, it was nuts. Just the speed, the inner workings, and it shows. You guys have known each other since 7th grade here.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
The chemistry between you was off the charts. So that makes sense. And I think that's what makes a good tag team as well, is like two people who can work together and not not only just know each other wrestling wise, but you guys have that connection that you pretty much predict what the other one's planning or thinking, right?
Yeah.
I think that might give you guys a bit of an advantage here in this matchup. What do you think?
I think it gives us advantage against any team we're stepping up against.
Mhm.
But specifically, John Washington and Jason, like I said before, like we've been in the ring with these guys before, so we know they might have some new tricks up their sleeve, being that they are OGs, umpteen years in the business. But the fact that we know each other like the back of our hands, like he know where I'm going to be, I know where he's going to be, so there ain't no stopping us. It's like a locomotive. We coming down the track, baby. Ain't no stopping us.
Yes, sir.
What would you say or call your style of wrestling?
Well,
It's
that's
a tough one.
That's a tough question.
It's because if we being honest, you know, the more we train and get better, we're just a switch army knife. We can mix and match and do pretty much anything that our imagination or creativity allow us to do.
Yeah, honestly,
because I gotta say, like TJ, no disrespect, you are the smaller guy of the group, right?
None taken.
But Marquise, you can move too. You're a big boy. You're a big beefy boy, but you can move in that ring. You're very deceptively fast.
Freak of an athlete, right there.
Hey.
Freak of an athlete. Freak of an athlete, right there.
It's God given, man. You know, to the most high.
I believe it for sure.
We got some comments here. Daniel Copperhead, of course, being quite the viper here on the side here. Fang Gang is greater than Run RVA.
I respect it. Hey, you boys want a shot, man. You want a shot at the king, man. You best not miss. So,
that's a big word, CJ. Like you called yourselves the king, but you have Jason and Washington. Some fans might think that they might be the top right now.
I mean, like that's cool, man. Like it's all fine and dandy. Like it's not cockiness, it's confidence. You know what I'm saying? I know that without a shadow of a doubt, I was born to do this. I know without a shadow of a doubt, Marquise Carter was born to do this. So it's no stopping two strong-headed, confident individuals who's going to do whatever it takes to be the best. So if you take that as a shot or a distance, so be it. You know, I call both of us the kings. We're the kings. We're the two kings right now. We're the two kings right now.
I just got a message from the green room. God's favorite, not the Elijah Thomas, is here. Let's bring in Elijah. Sir Reverend is here. Can we get a hallelujah?
Hallelujah and amen.
Hey, but thank you, Sir Reverend. Here, what are your thoughts about what TJ and Marquise here are saying? I just saw your note here in the private chat. Your thoughts?
Well, let me clear my throat. You know, having such a melodic, angelic voice given by God, on top of my athleticism, and these two guys here. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. When they talk, I don't listen because the only voices I ever hear is of the angels and God Himself. They're the only voices that matter. And when I step in the ring, every time I'm the only one that matters. So yeah, I don't even know why these guys are up here. Those are my thoughts.
Marquise, you want to go or should I?
Hey, look at here, Elijah Thomas III.
Yeah, you better get that right.
You talk a big game, but me and my tag team partner know you can't back it up in the ring, my brother.
Especially not by yourself. You're gonna need somebody that's willing to tag with your ignorant ass. You're gonna need someone to tag with you. I don't think you're gonna have any friends. See, I'm connected with the man upstairs himself, and he tells me he don't like you.
Not
He don't like you. Not whatsoever. So if you find a tag team partner, it is me and the big MC's jobs to take out the trash and do the actual Lord's work.
Now, let me tell you something, brother. When it comes to the Lord's work, I'm the one that's been manifested to do that. And I've been doing it every day in and out of the ring, okay? When I'm in that ring, I'm not by myself. God is right there with me, the Most High, because He knows I'm the one that's supposed to end up on top every time. So whether it's both of you at the same time, one on one, it's not gonna matter. I'm gonna help you catch the Holy Ghost, brother.
The
Ooh, that's
Lord
called
knows
trials
not
and
to put me in
tribulations, my friend.
one-on-one.
Trials and tribulations.
The
Ooh,
Lord knows
that's a
not to
tag
put
team
the
name
big
for you. Just saying.
MC and Elijah one-on-one. The Lord knows that. That's why He put me in the tag team to have me away from you, because He knows if I get my hands on you, there's gonna be some flower bringing and some church singing.
And it's crazy that I think, if my history corrects itself, I feel like you got to be above 6 feet to conquer anyone in a handicap match. So, and you're not even that, my brother. We like the same eye level. And you want to talk about athleticism, dude. I got
Well, I
more
can tell you one
athleticism
thing.
in my thumb
When
than you
I'm
have in
one,
your
when I'm
whole
standing
entire
on my
body.
wallet, and when I'm standing on the good word and the good Bible, on top of all that money that's in the collection plate, I'm well over 10 feet tall, my brother. Okay?
Oh, okay,
So
whatever.
whether
Let's
it's
see.
Let's look at
you,
let's look at the
TJ
comments.
Price, whether it's
Is it?
you, Marquise Carter, it doesn't matter. Let's just end it right there. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Look,
the choice.
look.
Harsh words from
All I can
Elijah.
do is just laugh.
You know, you better write it. You better have enough money in that bank account, because you're writing a lot of checks that your ass cannot cash. And when I look at that check, Elijah, I better see a lot of zeros. I better see a lot of zeros, brother, when you're paying me. All right.
Elijah, I gotta ask, because this is the start of a tag team division. We have TJ, Marquise. The Doctor apparently wants a rematch at this point. He's dead he's from the comments. But do you have a tag partner in mind to even challenge Run RVA?
Well,
He doesn't.
when it
Nobody
comes to
wants to
being
tag with him.
God's favorite,
No one wants to tag with him. He doesn't.
hey, shut your mouth and let me talk.
He has no
First,
friends. He has no
Let him
friends.
talk. Let him talk. Let the
I'm
good
sorry.
Reverend talk. The good
I'm
talk.
sorry. You better
when
be
it
speaking that word, brother.
comes to being God's favorite and also God's gift to wrestling, it's hard to find someone of a caliber to be at the same level as Elijah Thomas, okay? That's the first fact. So as far as the CCW goes, the whole locker room, I've been, perusing, observing, see who might be worthy enough to be a tag partner. But until then, I can serve up butt whoopings to both of these fools, okay? Like I said, it doesn't matter 1-on-1, 2-on-1, because it's never 2-on-1 with Elijah Thomas. God's in my corner, and He always gives me the power, right? You say you're in tune with the Lord. Well, how about
Yeah.
this? Ask Him what you need to do in order to come out on top whenever you step in the ring with Elijah Thomas, the righteous one.
Hey, brother, it's simple. All I have to beat you. All I need is 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. That's all I need, brother. I can hit you with a roll up. I can hit you with a frog splash. Hell, I can even tap you out. It does not matter. If the boss man, Big Ace Montana, is listening, if anyone has the gall, is willing enough to tag with you, then by all means, me and the Big MC, we accept your challenge.
But you know something, my brother. You know how the saying goes, right?
Talk to him.
A hard head
Mm-hmm.
like a soft ass.
Mm-hmm.
And Elijah Thomas III, your ass is soft, my boy. You ain't got that dog in you. Like
Your
Ron
ass is grass. Because if you don't know, now you know that
you know better not to pass that line.
Mm-hmm.
You know better.
You know better.
Anytime, anywhere, Run RVA.
And-
You know where to find me.
We can do it right now if you want. I can come pull up where you at. We can settle this beef right now.
Let's wait for the boss man, because I think the fans are going to pay good money to see that.
Oh,
Elijah,
they're definitely going to pay good money to
give
see
you some time to
Elijah
cool off,
Thomas.
my friend. Let me give you some time to cool off. We'll come back to you, because you do have a matchup this weekend, correct?
That is correct.
That's what you should be focusing on, staying out of other people's business.
You guys kind of opened the door. You opened the book on that one.
The good
I
book.
agree. Yeah, we expect some high caliber competition, not some reverend trying. It's not some fake reverend trying to sell me a fake sermon. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now with these rings. Get out of my face, Elijah. Get out of my face.
Hey,
Be
I'm just
gone.
saying, when you're this good, you can wear the finest of gold. And
All
until you
right. Well,
get that, you're gonna be on the bottom.
look, the only
Per
goal,
usual, brother.
the only
We
goal
appreciate
here.
Elijah. We'll be right back with you, guys. Before this turns ugly, because I want to make sure that we have time for this as well. We'll be right back with Elijah. Gentlemen, challenge. That's money. I have to talk to the boss man about that one. We have to find a partner for Elijah because that I want to see that. I think the fans at home want to see that as well.
He talk about gold with his rings. The only gold me and Big MC are worrying about is tag team gold. That's the only thing.
Oh, speaking of tag team gold, you guys are going up against Jason and Washington. Believe it or not, I just found out in the last show that I'm actually in where he grew up, in his hometown, Stewart's Draft here. He's quite the well-known character here as well. His reputation precedes him, and I think his reputation is preceding him for this matchup as well. He's known to be quite the brutal guy and innovative in how he dishes out that punishment. Are you guys prepared for that?
Prepared. Wait till you prepared.
Yeah, man. You prepared.
Like,
Our middle name was prepared. Our middle name is prepared.
born ready.
Hey, man. Anything that comes our way, we're ready. Like, I agree with you. He hits like a Mack truck, man. Those chops are brutal. I'm not gonna hold you. But even with all those chops, still could not keep TJ Price down. Still not can stop the powerhouse Marquise Carter. And we still came out on top. And that's gonna be the same result this Saturday night.
Most deaf.
Any words you want to share? Any last word? Well, not any last word, but anything you want to share with your opponents? If they're watching right now, what would you tell them?
I say, man, look, I say, man, fellas, men, like, don't take our words as being offensive or being those rookies. You know what I'm saying? We respect the talent that you guys bring. We respect the umpteen years of experience in the square circle. But we want you guys to respect the fact that we are two hungry young bulls, ready to take on all comers, to do whatever it takes to be the best. And on Saturday night, be prepared to throw down and bow down to the next kings, the new kings of this generation. Plain and simple.
What's some big words, TJ? Marquise, how do you follow that up?
Man, we keep it short and sweet. Like my tag team partner said when he first got into this, if you don't know, now you know.
Well, thank you so much, gentlemen. I appreciate you taking your time. Happy Thanksgiving. Good luck to you guys this weekend. We'll see you this weekend, all right?
Appreciate you, man.
Ace, I have to bring Ace and Elijah back because that got tense. Ace, I know you're watching. I know you saw that.
I love it, man.
That's a match in the making. That's what this is all about. Elijah, I know you're upset and you're heated a little bit. I do apologize. Ace, any words to Ace here?
Well, Big Ace Montana, you already know. God's favorite versus those two chumps. And every time I'm involved, you know your palms gonna get greased, baby. Just go ahead, put me in the ring with one, maybe both of them fools. But if you want to get paid and you want me to get paid, especially to keep those butts in the seats, it needs to go down ASAP.
Ace, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm gonna get over here when I get ready. All I heard is a bunch of bullshit. What the hell's wrong with you, Elijah Thomas? You know how big that man is. He'll whip your ass. You better calm down. Jesus Christ, man. No pun intended there, Reverend.
But Ace, you got to give it to him. It's probably just in a David and Goliath story, right? And the fans do like that kind of stuff. Just saying.
Well, either way, Elijah Thompson, right? Is that the right? I said it right, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Look, you do yourself a favor, man. Eat your Wheaties. They ain't no. Each and every one of you are very hard hitting young athletes in professional wrestling. So I definitely want to give you credit and give credit where credit's due for sure. But, listen, I've been in a lot of ass whooping competitions. I've won some and I've lost some, brother. But the one thing a smart man knows to do is don't walk into the lion's den without a whip.
I
You know
like
what I'm
what you
saying?
did there. Yes, sir.
So do yourself the favor. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be there live in living color the night you're there. I mean, who knows what may happen? But, I don't want to ever hold back two men from wanting to settle it in the ring at all costs. You could do yourself a favor. We'll see. Right now, we think it's much easier in today's world. What do they call them? Keyboard warriors, right?
Oh yeah, keyboard warriors. They're a real thing around here nowadays.
Yeah, I know. Trust me. I was there when it first started with airplanespin.com. You know what I'm saying? But that was before your time. But do yourself a favor, right? Keep it between the lines. Make sure you say your prayers. And you know the rest. And just do your best this Saturday. And who knows? Maybe one day we might see if you can cross paths with them. But man, I tell you what, Run RV ain't nothing to play with. But I ain't saying the preach ain't nothing to play with either, right?
Ooh, I like that.
That's right.
All right,
Elijah,
cool.
besides that tense situation, you have a huge matchup coming up this weekend as well.
I do.
Tell me a little bit about your opponent here, how you're going to be handling that.
So, Steel Hammer, big guy, maybe twice my size, but it doesn't matter because, like I said before, when I'm in that ring, I'm not by myself. I'm never by myself. The Most High is always with me. Whether the fans are cheering or booing, I get in, I do my work, and I get out. I'm here all about spreading the good word and stacking my cash.
Do
So,
you think Steel Washington is a bit of a trials and tribulation test for RVA for you?
I do. I mean, we've all heard the story of David and Goliath, how David's one of the smallest, and all he had was a slingshot, and Goliath was this big giant. And that's essentially what's happening this Saturday, November 30th. It's David Goliath's story. So we all know how that's going to end. The smaller guy is going to triumph and come out on top. And that's the only thing about it.
How are you preparing? What have you been doing for preparing for this?
Well, I've been in and out of that ring day in, day out, in the gym, lifting my weights, eating my Wheaties, saying my prayers, eating my vitamins, if you will. But just to get mentally prepared for this bigger opponent, just planning out how I'm going to take him down, chop the tree down, if you will, bring him down to my level physically. So that's pretty much how I've been going about it. Working on a few new things to take him out in quick fashion.
Okay. Any last words you want to tell Washington and the fans watching at home?
Always give to the church. That's how I get this fine gold. Make sure you're there November 30th, Verona, Virginia. Come see Rev. Do what he does best. Okay? Because this is going to be the last time that God sends me a wrestler that I don't send right back to him. And that's all I got, brother.
Well, I appreciate it, Elijah. Thank you so much. We got Daniel Copperhead making a comment. Man, I like this Elijah Thomas the third. I'm gonna start going back to church. Look at you converting people already on the live. Look, that's fantastic.
Can I get an amen, brother?
Amen.
All right.
And tag partner here, Travis. How do you say your guy's favorite when he made you fight? Now, that's just rude. you know what they say, big things come in small packages. That's the truth.
Amen to that.
Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Good luck to you this weekend. Happy Thanksgiving. And may the Lord bless you this weekend with a win.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you for having me.
Ace, I can see why you picked these guys. I can see why you're proud to have these students of yours put on an amazing show this weekend. I'm hyped for that. That match, a couple of matches just made themselves tonight, just for the interaction here. And I know the fans are getting a kick out of this too.
Well, man,
you must feel really proud right now.
Man, it doesn't happen overnight, and we can only get better as time goes. Hopefully, if we're lucky.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that I can stay true to myself is that the hardest part is just believing in yourself, right? Saying, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do this. You don't like it? Fine. I don't care. And that's what I did with the RVA Wrestling Academy. And that's what I did with CCW. Listen, we may not be everybody's cup of tea. And we know that, just like everybody isn't other people's cup of tea. And, that's the best thing about tea is you can put lemon in it, strawberries in it, right? You can do pretty much what you want with tea. And it still tastes pretty good. Unless it's unsweetened tea. That's the devil's work. I'm sure.
No, we don't. Well, I have to, but I get it.
Right?
The different flavors of ice cream is what they say. You can mix and match. It's the cold stone of indie wrestling.
Yeah, for sure. And you gotta believe, man. And we've had great turnouts. This is a sellout show, and we got top talent. And the difference is these guys are in the gym, not just the physical gym, but inside a squared circle 3 times a week, right? You got full-time wrestlers that wrestle maybe Friday and a Saturday, and then they don't got another match until next month. These guys are pretty much putting in 3 days, 5 hours, 3 days a week. That's 15 hours of being in ring training, and then also shows once a month, trying to build it to 2 to 3 times a month. So you're talking about these RVA Wrestling Academy trainees. I mean, they're getting more ring time than some of these vets get in a year. They get done in 3 months of an entire, schedule, and that's the thing is the one thing that I've learned is a lot of these guys that are, whatever school they went to and that's it. And they're trained, unless you're wrestling 3 to 4 times a week, you need to be at a ring, in a ring, staying on your craft, working hard. Because if you don't, well, they say if you don't use it, you lose it.
True.
But for us in the back of the curtain, man, that ring rust will fucking bite you. And sometimes if you got enough of it, you may not be able to kick out for a shoot. You know what I'm saying? So, these young men and women are, like I said, they're in there 3 days a week, 5 hours a time. And that's Jesus, and the crazy thing is, if I didn't put a schedule on it, they try to be here every single day, and that ain't going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I as Pork Chop Johnson said, I needs my rest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you got to hand it to them. You kind of instilled this work ethic in all of them. It really shows, especially in their matches, especially coming on here as well. They really care about it. They're passionate about it.
Yeah,
and you can feel it.
Yeah. I ain't giving this away. You understand what I'm saying? People tell me all the time, and I've had people show up, leave. I've had guys pay me $500 down and never show up and just shoot me a message saying, yeah, man, I don't think I can do it. Right. I've had people give me $1,000, come do one workout, leave, and never come back. You see what I'm saying? And, one thing that I can say about the people that are working hard day in and day out with me and, doing shows and putting the grind in, I tell my students that are there, you're 1%ers of everyone that has ever watched pro wrestling. And, once the students get a couple of months under their belt, I said, how much does it bother you now when someone at the bar or one of your family members, rolls their eyes at you and says, man, I could do that if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying?
They
it
don't
hits
understand the bumps, the time, the cardio needed to be in ring ready.
It hits a little bit different when you've started your journey and you really are passionate about this. But like I said, I don't give this away for free. It's 12 months, 52 weeks, with a cap of how many times you can miss and not be there. And you got to pay to play. And just like this is, and a lot of people don't want to know what it is. This is a business, right? And if you don't look at it as a business, you will not make anything out of this, which is called professional wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Ric Flair was champion, but if he didn't get paid like a champion should have got played, he wouldn't have gave two shits at what belt it was.
True. This
right?
is true.
There's a dollar sign with pro wrestling. If you don't like it, get out of it, because this is a business. And if you ain't trying to make money by selling 8x10s, if you ain't got a gimmick table, if you ain't trying to work the promoter a little bit to get you a little bit more money, I tell people all the time, if you're not happy with your money stance, go to the promoter and say, hey, man, what do I got to do to make more money out of you? Right? And if he says to you, hey, man, it ain't in the budget, well, it's time to learn to go work somewhere else or get better enough to go put your skills somewhere if you want to make more money. I mean, we've had conversations in the past on a business side level of entertainment that isn't pro wrestling. It's more, podcasting and interviews and, announcing and stuff like that. I think from the photographer, from the announcer, everybody should get something, even if it's not a lot, but, if they deserve a lot, give it to them. You know what I'm saying?
It also shows the quality that you care about the promotion and just what you're trying to put out there. It's the quality of the product,
Yes. Yeah.
You put the money in, what you get is what is the saying that goes.
Well, you think anybody that wrestles for the WWE or AEW or any of these other places, once they get released or it didn't work out for them, they're not going to get back on the indies and be like, yeah, let me get $25. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to do it. They're going to say, I was on national TV. They made action figures of me. I'm at least worth this. And some people get the rap to make the money and some don't. I have been fortunate enough when I broke into pro wrestling, I looked at it as a business since day one, right? Was a fan, but the fan died probably good 18 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I don't watch wrestling now. If I see it come on my feed, I'll look at stuff, a clip here and there. I am a professional wrestler. I care about Ace Montana, locking horns, right? Putting on shows, paying guys, getting paid, selling tickets, putting out shirts, selling 8x10s. I am worried about me because I'm
the branding. You're worried about the brand. That's the way to think about it. And speaking of brand, look at the brand of this post.
You can only do something so long. I had a trainee tell me, he called me. I won't name any names. And he goes, Ace, I want to do this show, but they're not going to pay me. And I kind of checked around because I know the fuck he didn't just say that to me, because I teach my students to make sure you get something, right? This is a business, right? And I said, well, if you do it for free once, why should they ever pay you again? And he sat there for a second, and you could tell it hit him like a mule kicked him inside of the head. He goes, damn. Yeah, you're right. I'm not going to do that. I said, exactly. If they won't give you something, then don't do it at all. Now, I'm not saying don't be grateful if you've got no experience in this. But, man, look, at the end of the day, it's this. It's a business, right? Vince McMahon did not have WWF to the WWE to say, hey, I just want to be around guys all the time. I just want to have great shows and just break even and not make no money. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Brock Lesnar, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin. You can hear their stories. It's 30 years removed. You can go watch everything you want to learn about the struggle of pro wrestling. But the truth of the matter is this is a business. If you don't get paid doing this, you are not a professional, period. Point blank, you don't like it, go suck a tit somewhere else. Because in professional wrestling on the indies is where it's always going to come back to. I don't care how big you are, including Hulk Hogan. Right? He still, after the fucking Hulkamania days, the Ruthless Aggression era, whatever, he still got in a high school gym with Ric Flair and wrestled a match.
True. It's all come back, and especially with this renaissance boom of indie wrestling now with WWE ID as well. A lot of those next big name stars are coming straight from here.
Well, and
and this is a great segue. So if you're going to be doing anything this weekend, you're going to see the future stars of tomorrow coming from Commonwealth Championship Wrestling from this show right here, the Battle of the Brave.
But don't come out and see us. We're sold out. Don't show up if you ain't got a ticket. You ain't getting in. That's
true. That's true.
Yes, sir.
Sold out crowd. Congratulations, by the way, on that. That's fantastic.
No, it don't go to me. It goes to them students that have busted their ass promoting the show and doing what they can to sell tickets and work hard. I deserve nothing. I give them a canvas to work on, and they do it, and it's all for them. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, I could be like every other promoter, which I'm not. Like, that's the weird thing to me. That's the fucking crazy thing to me, right? Is Ace Montana is in charge of a locker room and a promotion. That's crazy. It fucking shouldn't be that way, but it is. And
it was kind of like you say the joke, like Ace Montana? What? Look it up. Somebody else? What?
Hey, if you don't know who I am, just go ask ChatGPT. That's cool as shit, man. It makes me sound like I'm a fucking Hall of Famer.
Well, let's close things up here. Anything you want to tell the fans watching at home? Any last words so we can close this out here?
Yeah, man. If you want to follow your dream to break into professional wrestling, check us out on TikTok, RVA Wrestling Academy. We usually try to go live Thursday and Sundays. Get to see, the guys in there work hard and do what they do. Man, I'm just so proud of everybody. It's crazy to see the involvement of pro wrestling. It's crazy to see people love it again, right? And that's a true blessing to have in the industry again, is seeing that fans want to love pro wrestling again. They want to have the moments like me and you grew up with Shawn Michaels versus Stone Cold and Mike Tyson as a referee. Vince McMahon, like a Corvette getting filled with concrete, or a Kurt Angle coming out in a milk truck, or even before WCW days. You know what I'm saying? When it was Sting in the rafters, and the 5,000 members of the NWO come into the ring. It's all going to be awesome, and it's all going to be a lot of fun. And I'm only here for a little time, and I'm not here for a long time. So I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to do what I've been doing for the last 21 years in professional wrestling, which is whatever the fuck I want. And if you don't like it, I'm a big enough man that you can come up to me, and if you don't like it, do something about it. If you can't do something about it, well, guess what? That's the fucking straw you were drawn when you walked into this fucking existence. You know what I'm saying? So enjoy your life. Come out and see us if you get an opportunity. We want to bring CCW all in North Carolina. We want to get to New Jersey, Philly. We're working on Florida for the summertime. For some beach shows, Outer Banks. We got our stuff set up for that. So we're going to be mobile in different states for the students to get that. And man, at the end of the day,
doing the rounds,
all I can say is it's lonely at the top, but it's always going to be a bitch at the bottom. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good saying. Well, I appreciate it, Ace. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for allowing us a chance here to represent CCW, Commonwealth Championship Champion, and RVA Wrestling Academy. You guys are doing an amazing job. Shout out to your kids and your students. They are doing amazing, amazing work. And thank you for what you're doing for the indie wrestling and these students coming up. Well, there you have it. Wrestling fans, this has been the Indy Spotlight. It's been Ace Montana. We'll be back next week. I'm David Staccato. If you won't see us here, you know where to see us. We'll see you at the Indies. Deuces.